In the aftermath, Lisa's family, including her parents, condemned my actions, claiming I'd gone too far and publicly humiliated her. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, going to go over a very entertaining revenge story titled Exposing My Cheating Wife's Affair at Her 50th Birthday Party. And a big shout out to Chris for sending me this story. Actually, a big shout out to a bunch of guys who all sent me this same story at the same time. You know who you are. Guys, this story's about a guy married to his wife for a while, has a daughter, and lo and behold, one day, just how all these things go, he found evidence on her phone that she's having an affair. As you're going to see, not just messages, but full-on pictures, videos, pretty bad. And instead of just having a meltdown, this guy definitely comes up with a creative way to get even with her. And as you can probably imagine, the way he goes about it, many people thought it was hilarious and it was warranted and she got what she deserved. And there were others that thought he went too far. And there's a lot of debating going on in the comment section. The story is actually published, deleted once because of moderators and everything. They published it again. And a lot of back and forth there. And so I will leave it up to you guys to determine if he went too far or it was warranted, etc., etc. So it starts off, he says, Hey Reddit, I need to get something off my chest. I found out that my wife, let's call her Lisa, has been having an affair. In a whirlwind of emotions, I made a decision that forever changed the course of our lives. Yeah, there's no going back to things now after all what happened. It all began when I stumbled upon some incriminating evidence on Lisa's phone. Text messages, explicit photos, and videos exchanged between her and another man. It was like a punch to the gut. The foundation of trust we had built over the years came crashing down in an instant. Anger, hurt, and betrayal flooded my heart. Punch to the gut, more like a sledgehammer or a baseball bat to the gut. I couldn't let this go unnoticed. I wanted Lisa to understand the pain she had caused me and our family. And what better occasion than her 50th birthday party, a gathering of our closest friends and family. It might sound extreme, but I was fueled by a mix of anger and desperation. Well, no man should be desperate, but we can understand the anger here. And showing her proof of her activities to a whole group of people. In the days leading up to the party, I meticulously crafted a PowerPoint presentation that would expose Lisa's affair. But as I worked on it, I had a change of heart. Instead of focusing solely on the incriminating evidence, I decided to showcase the beautiful moments we shared over the years. Well, you can probably see where this is going. During the party, I stood up and began my speech. I shared stories how Lisa and I met, our wedding day, the birth of our daughter, and the countless happy memories that we had created together. I wanted everyone to remember the love that we once had. However, just as the atmosphere filled with warmth and nostalgia, I switched to the PowerPoint presentation. The screen changed, revealing the conversation between Lisa and her affair partner. Shock and disbelief washed over the faces of our guests as they saw the truth unfold before them. Holy crap. Can you imagine being there watching that thing go down? And I'm trying to imagine the look on her face when this is going on. The waterworks, all that. Good Lord. Up on the big screen. But the surprise didn't end there. I had taken a bold step and replaced Lisa's original birthday cake with one that displayed explicit images of her and her lover. How the hell did he pull that one off? But, okay. I guess you can make a cake with anything on it. As the cake was brought out, I encouraged everyone to sing happy birthday to Lisa, who is now visibly distraught. It was a jarring moment that no one expected. I'm surprised some people stuck around. To add to the final blow, I handed Lisa the divorce papers in front of everyone. The room fell silent, and tears streamed down her face. It was a devastating moment for her. Now, I'm going to take a second here, and there's probably a bunch of people who said this is BS. Fair enough, you're entitled to your opinion. But truth is stranger than fiction. And even this guy acknowledges this later in the story, but seems to be this is the case. In the aftermath, Lisa's family, including her parents, condemned my actions, claiming I'd gone too far and publicly humiliated her. The only issue I had with this, I think this is hilarious, is his daughter was there. Now, I don't know how old his daughter is. You know, if she is obviously not a little kid, but if she's a grown-ass adult in her 20s, but even then, that can mess up the daughter. But other than that, the daughter part, I think it's hilarious, and she's getting what she deserves. They thought it was unnecessary and cruel. How unnecessary and cruel was your daughter cheating on me and betraying our marriage and our family? However, to my relief, my own family, including our daughter, stood by me. Hey, good. I'm glad your daughter didn't freak out. They understood the pain that I endured and believed that my actions were justified. Reflecting on it now, I can't help but wonder if there was a better way to handle the situation. Perhaps seeking counseling or discussing our issues privately would have been more appropriate. In other words, try to work on the marriage. No, there's no figuring it out, no counseling. The marriage counselor would probably be a woman or some simp-ass guy, and he would probably tell you to try to forgive her and remember the good times and remember all the times she was a great wife to you. But then again, how do you know this type of thing hasn't been going on for the entire duration of their marriage? Once a cheater, always a cheater. But by the way, you'll find out in his little update her reasoning behind her doing this, which just will make you even more realize, you know what, tough shit, honey. But in the heat of the moment, I felt compelled to expose the truth in such a dramatic fashion. Reddit, I share this story not to encourage others to follow my footsteps, but rather as a cautionary tale. Infidelity can be devastating, and the emotions it stirs can lead us down unexpected paths. Seek support, communicate openly, and consider all the consequences before making decisions that could impact your life and those around you. Now, as a little mini update here, because he does respond to some questions, he says here, first and foremost, I want to clarify some details that we left out in my original post. My ex-wife, Lisa, didn't contest the divorce. Well, that's good. She acknowledged her affair and surprisingly cited my demanding work schedule as the reason she sought comfort elsewhere. There you go. How many times have you heard this? And you know what? I guarantee you this guy has a very demanding work schedule in his career because he's busting his butt to provide a nice life for his family. His wife, his daughter, all that. Maybe bust his butt to save more money, to put money away so he can retire early. Maybe she could retire early, and this is the thanks he gets. And I guarantee you, if he wasn't busting his butt and bringing the money, she'd be complaining that there isn't enough money and would be looking probably elsewhere for a guy that could provide her that lifestyle. In essence, a guy can't win. And if she was unhappy, she should have communicated with him in a direct fashion that he understood, not dropping hints, not thinking that he should be a psychic and figure it out. Communicate with him that she's unhappy, and they can work together. Maybe he could scale back. Something can be done instead of just go having an affair to punish him for providing for his family. Anyway, had to get that off my chest. My daughter... also, she said, the wife said, according to her, the affair partner made her feel young and desired again, attention and validation, filling a void that she believed I couldn't. Because you didn't communicate. That's why. You just wanted some young sausage, proving that you still got it. My daughter, who suspected something was amiss, had been misled by Lisa. She manipulated the situation, feeding her misinformation to maintain their secret. It breaks my heart to think that my daughter had to endure the confusion and emotional turmoil caused by their actions. So I'm not quite sure what was going on, but obviously his wife was lying about something and messing with the daughter and inadvertently having her involved. Well, no, she intended to have the daughter involved, but the daughter didn't know. So now we know why the daughter didn't have a problem with dad doing what he did. Speaking of the affair partner, it turns out he used to work for me before the pandemic hit, and I had to let him go due to financial constraints. Little did I know that he would find his way back into our lives, this time as the catalyst for the destruction of my marriage. What an asshole. I gotta wonder if he was doing the wife prior to getting fired, or this was his revenge for getting fired. Following the incident at the birthday party, my former in-laws threatened legal action against me, believing I had gone too far in exposing Lisa's infidelity. Legal action, really? Probably the claim would be emotional turmoil, emotional distress, some bullshit with emotions. Yeah, good luck with that one. However, Lisa managed to talk them out of it, admitting that she deserved the consequences of her actions. That's a first. It's a relief to know that at least she took some responsibility for the pain that she caused. Since the divorce, Lisa has expressed deep regret for her affair. Yeah, because she's 50 years old and is about to be divorced and no other guy's going to want her. She claims to have realized the gravity of her actions and the toll it took on our family. While I appreciate her remorse, it doesn't change the fact that the trust we once shared has been irreparably shattered. Translation, the guy she was hooking up with isn't interested in her anymore after she's been caught. The fun for him is over getting revenge at his former boss. On a personal note, I've been embracing single life and rediscovering myself outside of the confines of a failing marriage. It has been easy, and I won't deny that I battled with the dark thoughts. But the love I have for my daughter is my anchor, the reason I stay strong and keep moving forward. I can never put her through the pain of losing a parent to offing oneself. Yeah, bro, don't do it. It's not worth it. You want to end your life because of your harpy wife? You're 50 years. I'm assuming you're 50 years old or around there, a little younger, a little later. You have your whole life ahead of you. You have your daughter. You have a great daughter, and one day you might very likely be a grandparent, and 50, it's not over, you know? And don't let what she did to you destroy who you are. You got a life. You got people that care about you. Fuck her. To those who question the authenticity of my story, claiming it's fake or exaggerated, I have a simple message for you. Kiss my ass. I like this guy. This is my life, my pain, and my journey. I shared it with the intention of finding support and connecting with others who may have faced similar struggles. If you choose not to believe it, that's your prerogative, but don't diminish the reality of my experience. I believe him because I've heard the crazy shit. I've witnessed crazy shit in my life, so that's why this doesn't seem so far-fetched. Thank you to those who have shown empathy, who offered kind words and shared their own stories. Your support has meant the world to me during this difficult time. Let's remember that life can be challenging, but it's resilience and the support of others that help us find our way through the darkest moments. The original post apparently was deleted by the moderator, but seeing that as a reasoning made no sense, here it is again. This story is going to be deleted, I guarantee you, so I'm glad I got to it. So to all you guys that sent me this story, thank you. Now, real quick, I'm going to say something before I get to the always fun comments. This is terrible, but you know what? I find it quite funny he did what he did, and I think, with the exception of the daughter part, I have no problem with that, because she deserved that. You know, she deserved to be exposed to the friends and family, because if he just confronted her, you can all imagine the story that she would tell the friends and family. I guarantee you, would be bullshit. You know, she would trickle truth to family and friends and make him look out to be the bad guy. You've heard these stories, but in this way, everybody can see it. They can see the text. They saw the images put on the cake. I still can't believe some people stuck around for the cake, but fair enough. You know, so in my opinion, with the exception of the daughter part, you know, you want to mess with the daughter, but then again, the daughter didn't seem to care. The daughter was pissed at her mom. Hey, good for him. So I would like to hear your comments if you think he went too far or if it was warranted. Now, some comments here real quick, as they're always fun. One guy says here, shaming someone who is a cheater amongst all of their peers is the only way to do it. Oftentimes, it's much easier for a cheater to move on where no one else knows the entire story. They can manipulate the people who will give them an ear. Exactly, that's what I was talking about. The way you can squash that immediately is by calling out them publicly. If they didn't want the publicity, then they shouldn't have done it. In my personal opinion, cheaters are almost as sickening as, well, I'm not going to say the word here, not on YouTube. To do that, with someone you shared so much of your life with will always baffle me. Another guy says here, you are awesome for the LMAO she deserved. Woman is 50 years old. She should have known better. Also, she may have had many other affair partners throughout the years, and you didn't just know about. If something happens, please update. Yeah, I want to hear an update here, and I don't believe this was her first rodeo in the cheating department. Another guy says here, everyone in the world worries about how the women do in the aftermath of infidelity. Everyone assumes the man is okay, and it's not that way. I hope you found some peace. I've also dealt with infidelity from my most recent ex-girlfriend. It tore me up beyond what I thought I could take. It's getting easier now, but I still don't want to date anyone anytime soon. Lots of guys have been through it. That's why these stories are important for guys to see that they're not alone. I think that's why my channels do so well, because a lot of guys realize there's a brotherhood, there's a community of support, because guys are not alone. This bullshit happens to guys all around the world, and I might add, been happening for a long time. Another guy says here, I noticed that mostly the other guys calling this story fake. I guess they think women don't cheat or something. There are a lot of guys that don't want to believe the stories on the different channels. Where I work, it's mostly wives doing the cheating with a small handful of guys. And the wives' social media almost always portrays a happy, loving relationship. Yeah, if you see on social media, people always put their lives are so wonderful, magical, and everything's great. And a lot of times, it's the exact opposite. I have noticed that because there's people, when I used to be on Facebook, long back in the day, I knew people that would do that and what was really going on behind the scenes. And he says, and another guy says here, as someone who's been cheated on, I commend your pettiness. Embarrassing a cheat and exposing them as the trash human they are, it is so satisfying. And the last one, this guy says, I think the only thing you could have done better would be you could record the whole thing and upload it to YouTube so we could experience all firsthand. That would be a situation where then she would go after him and the family go after him, I think, for a lawsuit. But that would have been entertaining, and that would have spread like wildfire. Anyway, guys, that'd be a good one to go over here. Good revenge story to start the weekend. That is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And guys, you find any good stories, definitely send them my way. strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. Just put something in the title for they did what, or a good Reddit story, whatever. A little brief summary of what it's about, only just a few sentences to give me an idea. And if it's a good one, I'll definitely do it and give you a shout out in the video. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.